Hi, boys and girls. In today's lesson, we will be focusing on what time is it? And when we're thinking about that focus questions, we're going to be able to construct a paper clock by partitioning a circle and telling time to the hour. And in today's lesson, we're actually going to use a digital form to see that. But before I get started, what do you notice in front of you? That's right. There is a whole orange circle. And in this whole orange circle, I'm so tempted in breaking it into parts. So I'm going to break it first into halves, 2 equal parts. Then I'm going to break it into fourths, 4 equal parts. But because I want more, I'm going to continue breaking each part of this circle. Oh, I think I'm going to stop right there. Wow, look how many parts I was able to break this whole circle into. Let's count how many parts I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 equal parts to this circle. Oh my goodness, boys and girls. I wonder, what can we use this for? What does this remind you of? Something you've seen maybe around the house or at school. If you were thinking of a clock, you were right. This clock is called an analog clock. And we're going to be learning about the parts of an analog clock to help us tell time. Let's get started. So in an analog clock, there is a very important part. Those are the numbers. And if you notice, this 1, that circle, is going to make sure it represents the hour for us. When we're talking about what hour, the hour for us. And not only that, 1 is not by its lonesome. We have other numbers around the clock. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That means it goes all the way to 12 hours. But there's a way we need to represent the hour. If you notice on an analog clock, there are 2 hands. The small hand represents the hour of our time. So the hour on our time right now is helped by the big hand, which is the minutes hand. And this minutes hand, when we're looking at it pointing to our 12 or our hour 12, it doesn't represent 12 minutes. What it represents is o'clock. So if we're reading our analog clock right now, we're going to notice that the red small hand is 1 hour and the blue is o'clock. So our time is red 1 o'clock. All right, boys and girls. Let's try this one. Where is the small hand pointing to? Yep, if you said 4 o'clock, you are right, because the little red hand is pointing to the 4, and the long big hand is pointing to o'clock. Let's try another one. What time is it? Yes, if you said 7 o'clock, you are right. Small hand is pointing to the 7, and the big hand is pointing to o'clock. But boys and girls, sometimes I don't have this type of analog clock in front of me. I either have my phone or a tablet. And if you notice on the tablet, there is numbers on the side where it shows us the time. This kind of clock is called a digital clock. And in a digital clock, you're going to notice a number followed by two dots and then two more numbers. The first number in our digital clock represents the hour. So if you see our analog clock, the small hand is pointing to the 3, and our digital clock starts with that hour, which is 3. Then after our two dots, we have these two digits, which represents the minutes. And in this case, our analog clock is pointing to o'clock, and o'clock means 0 minutes. So we read this digital clock as 3 o'clock. Let's try another one. What time does our analog clock show? That's right. Our small hand is on 1 and our blue hand is on o'clock. So the time on the digital is 1 o'clock. What about this one? Yes, our hand is on 4, so it is 4 o'clock. Let's try one more. Small hand is on 7, so this means that the digital clock reads 7 o'clock. Now, boys and girls, I hope you were able to identify time using our analog clock and making sure you look at those two hands, our small hand for the hour, our big hand for the minutes, and in today's lesson, we focus on o'clock or to the next hour. And we also use our digital clock to identify what time it is by looking at the hour and the minutes. I hope everyone has a beautiful day, and I will see you on the next one.